Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and today I'm going to be doing my August book haul. I think I have 9 books. I bought 3 of them and a few of the others are gifts that I got from gift vouchers that I was given for my birthday. Anyway, they're not in any particular order. The first book that I have is A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. This is longlisted for the Booker. I found out that the gift voucher I had when I wanted to use it online, I could only use it on Foyles, and they'd announced a long list, so I decided that I would get a few books off there. And I don't know what this is about. I've decided that I need to read more diverse fiction, and I've got a bit of a thing for hefty books at the moment, and this is 688 pages, so hopefully it's what I'm after. I read the first page and I like the writing style, so it sounds promising. Very Good Lives by J.K. Rowling. Now everyone knows I am in love with J.K. Rowling's writing, and I'd wanted this for a while, and I was only recently able to get it with this voucher. I thought at the price it was a bit expensive, and then I've seen it and I've looked inside and I've seen the illustrations and everything in it, and I thought it's actually worth the money that it was. But again, I got it with a gift voucher from Foyles. Next we have a book that I have a story about this book, and it's Night Film by Marisha Pessl, or however you want to pronounce her name. Anyway, I read Special Topics in Calamity Physics when I was at university, and then I found out they were bringing this book out, and it sounded just like something I wanted. I think it's meant to be a bit similar to film noir, and it's got... well, people seem to enjoy it anyway. And I was going to get it in hardcover, and I couldn't find the hardcover anywhere, so I decided to get a copy out of the library, and I went to the library and the library copy had gone. Went back when it was meant to be there, it had gone, and I went through this for about a year and it was never there. Then I decided I'd bite the bullet and buy a hardcover copy off Amazon, and I ordered it, and it didn't arrive within a month, and I was told that it wasn't going to be sent. So I ended up buying this off the WH Smith website, and I bought it, and then the next day I went into a charity shop and they had it there, and I thought, should I send this back and buy it? And I thought, well, I didn't pay for this, I got it with a voucher that my nan gave me, so we can't complain as much as we'd like to, because we do like to complain often. The third book we have I forgot existed. This is off the Booker long list again, and it was the Booker long list that reminded me that it was around, and it's The Chimes by Anna Smale. I'd planned on buying this book. It was one of my most anticipated books of 2015. I usually only anticipate one book, because I try to think I'm only going to buy one book that year. It never works, as you can tell, but last year it was The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton, and I love this book. I think it's fantastic. And then I found out about The Chimes, and I think people have been saying it's a bit like a dystopian future, and I'm not sure of the story properly. But I know that it was one of my most anticipated reads of this year, and I was going to buy it, and I didn't buy it because I put myself on a ban, and it's worked. I only have 60 books left to read. Plus these, but we don't talk about these because some of them I've read already. So I finally bought it. Well, a voucher bought it for me off the Foyles website. It's again long listed for the Booker. Can go back on its shelf. Next, again, another book that was long listed for the Booker I got off the WH Smith website, and it's Sleeping on Jupiter by Anuradha Roy. I had never heard of this book before. I read the first page on an Amazon extract and decided that I needed it in my life. It said that it's loads of different stories apparently. It's a very short book, so I don't know. I think it might be one of my favourites Usually it's a bad sign for the booker, because usually if it's my favourite book off any of the lists, it doesn't get anywhere. And this next book comes because I have developed what can only be described as a love of the Coen brothers' work. I watched Burn After Reading a few years ago, and then my friend Abercrombie lent me the film Fargo, and I watched that, loved it, watched The Big Lebowski, thought it was fantastic. I can't watch the True Grit film yet because I still have True Grit to read. So the next book, when I found out that the Coen brother, Ethan Coen, had written some books, I bought them. So first we have Gates of Eden by Ethan Coen, which is a short story collection. I have no idea what it's about. I don't have any idea about the stories at all. I did the thing of buying it just because I liked the work when on their movies, so thought maybe, just maybe, I'll like the short stories. Which brings me on to the next two things. Okay, that went well. My dogs went wild, I went to figure out what it was, and I know that I was at the next part. After Ethan Coen, I found out that he wrote a collection of short plays called Almost an Evening, which is 3 short plays. One is called, what are they? Waiting, 4 Benches and Debate. I read them last night. It took me half an hour to read the book. It's 60 pages, 3 plays. I only gave it 3 stars on Goodreads, simply because it is a book that you like. They're good. They're what you'd expect from a Coen brother. And I did very much enjoy it, but I only gave it 3 stars. I don't know why I only gave it 3 stars. It might go up, it might go down. I think I'll have to read them again and give them more time. I thought Waiting was fantastic. 4 Benches I was a bit meh about. That really brought down it for me. And then Debate was a debate. That's exactly what it was. It deals with religion. It was for a book of short plays, and 4 short plays, they were quite good, and that's why they got 3 stars. And I would recommend it if you like the Coen brothers. I got it off Amazon. It was cheap. And 3 short plays by Ethan Coen, Offices. This is just... I know that it's not... They're both plain, but I think that they're quite fantastic covers. I really... Even though it's only got the bars on it, I really like this cover. I like the covers on most of these books. I will admit that covers do get me to buy them. I do wish I got Night Film in hardcover, but what can you do? Anyway, finally, the last book that I bought was bought on a complete whim. I've just realised it's bent, but then, what can you do? And it's The Year of Reading Dangerously by Andy Miller. Again, rather fantastic cover. I bought this book because it has a list at the back, basically. It has a list of books, and one thing I really like is going through these lists of books and seeing whether I've read most of them. I often haven't. And it talks about books that everyone says you should have read, and he's reading them. I haven't read it yet. I'm hoping it'll turn me into less of a pretentious reader. It's not that I am a pretentious reader, it's that I worry that some of the things I read aren't as mind-blowing, aren't as groundbreaking as other fiction. You know, like, it makes me question whether I want to tell people that I've read YA fiction, because you don't know how they're going to react, even though some of it has my favourite books in. Them's the books. That is 9 books I bought with gift vouchers for August. When am I going to get the chance to read them? This next month, hopefully. I'm going to include a currently reading in this so I don't have to record a separate video. So today, because I want to do a Friday Reads video, I am currently reading The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. I am on a bit of a kick for huge books at the moment. I don't know what it is. I'm only 124 pages in and I think it's fantastic. But then I on the back it told me it was going to be a pastiche of Victorian fiction, and I think just because I want a book that's a bit slow, but then it's intriguing. It's strange. It's a strange book to read at the moment because it's very much, it reads a bit like a detective novel, but then I don't know how it's going to turn out. And then I think that the same could be said. Where is she? Here it is. Here it is. It's this book's fault. Reading The Luminaries is this book's fault. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I have finally finished it. After 1 month of reading, I finished The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. It's 860 plus pages. It was one of the best books I've read all year. I immediately gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. It did everything that I wanted it to. But then it had surprises in there. Like, I read 400 pages and I was thinking, is this going to make any sense? Am I going to care at the end? Because I was really in love with the writing style, and I thought, everyone says Donna Tartt's a great writer. More about this in a wrap-up video I've got planned, but she really is a great writer, and when everything came together at the end, all these different threads, I was astounded. And I have The Secret History right here. I'm just emptying my bookshelves now. I have The Secret History to read, but I finished The Goldfinch and I just wanted a huge book to read. I wanted The Luminaries. I'm still reading The Silkworm and Mrs. Dalloway. They're still up there waiting to be read. I've not read any of the library books I took out after saying that I wanted to read those, so thank you, library. Thank you, free library card. One of the greatest things in the universe. Anyway, The Luminaries. I will probably spend the entirety of September reading this book, because I'm also writing. I'm trying to get my next book finished, so yes. This is what I'm currently reading. So I don't know when I'll get around to reading all the books on my haul. It may be like I did with the plays. I read the plays yesterday because I wanted to take a break. I think you need to take a break. Me personally, I need to take breaks because even though I really like reading these huge books, I also have this incredible fear that I'm wasting time and time that could be dedicated to other things, and I love the book, but I feel guilty. I have the worst guilt ever. It's not even Catholic guilt because of the lack of religion. It's just plain northern person stuck in his room when he should be doing the washing up, reading. Anyway, The Luminaries. And yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I really just wanted to brag again about the books that I bought that didn't cost me anything. So until next time, that is all.